Good day, retro gaming fans, and welcome back to another episode of Rehab Gaming. So what we're going to do today, I'm extremely excited about. I ordered a blinking light Win from ArcadeWorks at arcadeworks.net. I did purchase this item. This is not a sponsored video, but I heard great things about this device that's going to help you if you're having issues with your NES console not recognizing games, and you're getting the dreaded blinking red light with the screen flashing on and off. So if this product is something that you might want to purchase for yourself, go to www.arcadeworks.net and search in the search bar BLW or blinking light Win, and you'll be directed to the webpage where you can pre-order your blinking light Win. Stay tuned, and we'll get right at it. Alright, so first things first, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and take the console and set it to the side. And we're going to take a look at what we got. So the blinking light Win was advertised as a fix for the dreaded issue of the blinking red light on the Nintendo Entertainment System console. Now this happened because games weren't getting a good connection to the pin connector, and it was causing issues with games being recognized, and it would cause the console to flash. So we're going to go ahead, cut into this, and see what we got with our package. So included with the blinking light Win, you get a replacement tray for your console. Also comes with installation instructions. So you can go ahead and pause the video, take a screenshot of this if you bought a blinking light Win. That way you have all the information. So the blinking light Win has an amazing feature where it actually has a region mod installed onto the PCB board here, where you can play any region games on your console, and the way to switch between regions is extremely simple. All you have to do is repeatedly hit the power button to cycle the console on and off, and that'll actually change the region for this region mod. So for example, when it initially comes to you, it's set to the NTSC region. And each time you power cycle, the lockout chip will automatically switch to the next region. Once it detects the region of your system, it will remember this setting, and it'll never change on you until you power cycle again. Alright, so now that we have the tray out, we're going to go ahead and cut open the bag holding the region mod chip and your replacement connector. Now the great thing is that these come in anti-static bags, since there is a IC here on the board, and it protects them in transit. You get a blinking light Win sticker for your console. You also get this reminder sticker that with this tray, you actually can't press down. It's locked into one position. So normally you'd be putting a game in and pressing it down with the original cartridge slot. With this one, you don't have to do that, and so you can put this sticker on the inside of your console underneath the faceplate door to let people know that you don't need to press down. And then here, we have the main board. And this thing looks awesome. Great work. Actually has the copyright date 2015, ArcadeWorks, the company that produced it. And then it has the model number down here, BLW-PCB, and this is going to be the second revision. Now, the blinking light Win was actually started on Kickstarter, and there were so many people who donated to this Kickstarter account that they were able to produce it fairly quickly. And as you can see, it actually has markings on the PCB board itself to let you know which one is for your cartridges and which one is to plug into your main board. So the arrows facing up is going to let you know the orientation of this board as it goes into your console. For starters, what you're going to need to do in order to start this mod is you need to flip your console over and remove the 6K screws on the bottom. 3 right here on the front, and then 3 right here on the back. And we've already removed these, so we don't have to go through all that. And all we need to do is to pull off the top. Now, I've also went ahead and removed all of the main board screws and the shielding screws, just so we can access a little easier. If you'd like to know how to get all of these screws out and what screws you need to take out, either one, follow the directions on that sheet that was included with the blinking light Win, or you can go back to my previous video where we took this NES apart to clean it. So we're going to go ahead and take the top RF shielding off, tilt this up, slide out our cartridge tray, and then we'll have access to the connector back here. This replacement connector is going to go in place of this one. So we're going to go ahead and get that connector off. So now that we have that connector out, what we're going to do is we're going to take a replacement connector, follow the arrows with this side being up, and we're going to plug it into our board. Then we're going to reseat the board into the bottom shielding. Perfect. Now what we're going to do, take the replacement tray, making sure that you're following the direction, and we're going to slide it right in. Perfect. So as you can tell, on the backhand side of the tray, you have these 2 grooves. So the replacement connector actually sits in these grooves, and it helps keep this board stable. And then you have 2 screws right here to lock the tray down to the board. Now, on this, you're actually going to have 2 screws left over. Now, this is a mod that what you can do is you can save the original connector and the original tray and return this back to factory with no modifications whatsoever. That's the great thing about this connector replacement and the region mod that's been employed here, is that the only thing that you're doing is replacing components inside the system, and you're not doing any long-term damage to the system that prevents you from restoring it back to how it came from the factory. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put back all of the screws into the board, and put back the screws that are for the cartridge tray, and then put the top shielding back on. Alright, so now that we got all 7 screws in for the top shielding, I'm going to go ahead and take the time to test it out right now before we put any of the case screws back in. Let's power it on and see if it works on the first try. And sure enough, it does. So we confirmed that it works. This project is done, and all we need to do is reinstall the top of the casing. So there is only one tiny downside to the blinking light win, and that's the fact that these cartridge connectors on the inside of the console that the video game goes into are a little stiff. So the first couple of times that you put a cartridge in and you try and take it out, it's going to be a little difficult to get your game out. Just be patient, wiggle it back and forth, and after it's been exposed to a couple of times of going in and out of the cartridge connector, it'll loosen those pins up a little bit. But those of us with fat fingers will find it a little difficult to try and get a grasp on that little notch on your game. So what I try and do is use the 2 points on each side of the game that have the little bit of ribbing to wiggle it back and forth. So, thank you for joining us today as we installed the blinking light Win in a Nintendo console. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit that like button down below. If you'd like to see more of our videos, feel free to subscribe to our channel. And also, don't forget the bell notification over there on the right-hand side. You can select all notifications to make sure that you don't miss out on any of the videos we put out. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook at Rehab Gaming YT, where we will constantly put out updates about future videos that are coming out on the channel, and also it serves as a great place to get in contact with other collectors and enthusiasts for your favorite console. So without further ado, thank you for joining us, and we hope you have a wonderful day.